skip to that time if you don't want to hear about Mayweather and McGregor press conference from yesterday. If you're still here, you're probably interested in the fight. For some reason or another, who knows? It could be because you're a fight fan. It could be because this is the largest spectacle in combat sports history that will ever happen. MMA's arguably one of MMA's greatest guys, going against boxing's fucking greatest guy. Whether you're a fight fan or not, you want to watch this fight. Hold on. So yesterday was the first stop in their world in their world tour. Sorry. I see a lot of people saying that Floyd took that that press conference and he was more confident and everything. To be honest, I think people are saying that out of I don't know, maybe nostalgia. It's okay. When people I see people posting oh, Conor cut him off, and when he mentioned this about the gloves or whatever, Conor jumped to say something. Conor's always been like that in press conferences. You remember when he got up out of his seat randomly and snatched Jose Aldo's belt? That's what Conor does. So, no, I don't think fucking Floyd got him worked up and that was him acting out of emotion or anything. I think Conor was doing what Conor does at press conferences. Floyd said something that Conor didn't agree with and he knew that was bullshit. So he called him out. Floyd comes up and says, "Oh, we could have done this in an octagon." Right away, Conor's like, "No, we wouldn't have. You wouldn't have. You didn't want to fight me in the fucking octagon." Then Floyd's like, "Well, so mixed martial arts, UFC, Bellator, whatever, they use 4-ounce gloves. That's the gloves they use. Boxing, it's usually 8 or 10-ounce gloves, I believe. Anyway, so he made the comment, well, we could have used 4-ounce gloves if Conor wanted. And right away, when he said that, watching at home, I was like, no, you wouldn't have. And Conor spoke up against that. You know what I mean? Honestly, this is how it came off to me. Conor, very confident, very determined. Floyd, trying to use these, kind of just the same old things. You know what I mean? He's got the situation with the taxes going on. So he's like, August 26th, I'm gonna tax that ass. And then you hear fucking 5 people in the crowd go, woo! You know what I mean? Even when he was trying to say his things, he'd be like, hard work! And the people around him usually say dedication. He'd be like, hard work! And you'd hear 30 people spread out through the crowd say dedication. It was awkward. Floyd's known for his backpack. He would unzip it and he'd just have stacks of cash. He tried that shit at the press conference and he pulls out a check and he's like, that's $100 million. Yeah, but you can't cash it because Uncle Sam will take it from you. You know what I mean? It didn't come off. It didn't come off as Floyd Mayweather. Or maybe it did because he's that older fighter. You know what I mean? We see it even with mixed martial arts fighters. A couple years ago, everybody loved how Chael Sonnen talked shit. But then when Conor comes and it comes off more genuine and not rehearsed and he's actually saying I don't give a fuck what you think because you fucked up. You're getting knocked out. It's kind of, you know what I mean? Things change because you see genuine shit talk and rehearsed WWE shit talk. And I almost feel that's how it was. I guess Conor wasn't even expecting to have to make a speech, but he did. As Floyd was doing his speech, he would say a line and then walk around the stage and shit. And people weren't going crazy at all. Honestly, if I had, I'd probably say it was there's 20,000 people there. And I'd say 95% of them were there for Conor McGregor. Floyd would be shown on the screen, people would boo. Conor even just smiles and waves, and everybody went nuts. So, I don't know. It just seems weird. Floyd to me just came off as that old boxer who was trying to be oh yeah, I'm gonna work that ass, I'm gonna tax that ass. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just trying to do that shit. And Conor's you'll do fucking nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I give personally the first, if we're giving an edge as far as press conferences go, I give the first one to Connor. And if we're using MMA scoring, it wasn't a 10-8 round, but it was definitely a 10-9. You know what I mean? He won. I believe he took that first press conference. He was more charismatic, more engaging with the crowd. Certain things that he was saying, it didn't. None of it felt rehearsed. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like he was speaking from a genuine place and saying, like, listen, like, you got greedy on this one. You fucked up. You should have stayed retired. You could have been a 49-0 and rode off to the sunset. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just, Connor came off more, I guess, just with that swagger and that confidence. And honestly, when Floyd pulls out a backpack and, like, I'm expecting him to do his, like, stacks of cash thing, and he pulls out a check, you can't even see the amount that's on it. Like, it literally could have been like if I grabbed this, like, dust cover from my keyboard and, like, folded it all up and shit, and I'm standing on a stage, you guys are in an arena back there, and I just go, yeah, you know what I mean? Obviously folded nicer, but, like, and I just tell you, like, there's, you know what I mean? That's 100. You can't fucking see it. You're back there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we all know about the tax shit. You can't even cash that. You have it in your backpack because you can't cash it at a bank. I don't know. I give the first press conference to Conor McGregor. And honestly, the more I play it out in my mind, I don't know. If it like I've said, like, if it goes to a longer thing, then it'll be Floyd's fight, but how many rounds is it going to take for Floyd to adapt to Conor's style? You know what I mean? Because Conor's not going to go in like fucking Canelo or, you know, like a Cotto or a Madonna. Like, he's not going to go in with like a regular, like, boxer kind of thing. He's going to be back here, like, long and moving around and everything, switching stances, putting his hands, like, in Floyd's face and everything. Like, Floyd's not used to that. I don't know. I think it's a really, really interesting fight. It plays out different every time I think about it, to be honest. But I give the first press conference to Conor, because I guess that's what we're doing. Today, press conference is in Toronto. Fucking sucks, because I'm going to have to miss it, but whatever. And then they go to Brooklyn and then London, I believe. LA, Toronto, Brooklyn, London. I think that's it. And I think they're fucking up. Because they're like, oh, like, one of the stipulations is like, we're not going to Ireland. Like, that's the thing, we're not going to Ireland. Do you understand how close London is to Ireland? Mayweather team? Showtime Sports? That's going to be mad Irish people. There's not going to be one person from Mayweather in that crowd. That's going to be all Irish hooligans. So, yeah. Super interesting, though. Super interesting. I don't know. Let's continue the vlog. Alright, good folks. Welcome back. So, today we're going to get into the Beyond the Grave review. I know I wanted to do that on Monday, but some things came up. Other than that, I'm not too sure. I guess we'll just see what the day holds for us, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's an off day. Running on, like, no sleep. And I've realized I've gotten super off track again with my workouts. So, yeah, I don't know. I gotta try and get some food into me. And perhaps get a workout in as well today. But first, we do a review. Or, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
In the landscape of spring, there is nothing superior and nothing inferior. The flowering branches are naturally some short, some long. So that's the point of view of being an outcast.
Alright, worked out, finished up Beyond the Gates. So let's get to the review. And I made sure to write notes down so I won't get lost. So two brothers try and figure out what happened to their missing dad. They're cleaning up his video store, and in his back office they find a board game that comes with a videotape. Interactive board game, much like the Nightmare one that I talked about on Monday's vlog. Go check that if you haven't. But this board game seems to hold some sort of clue as to what happened to their dad. And it's one of those things, you know, like, you lose a parent, you're going to do anything you can to figure out what happened to them, right? So through playing the board game, they end up having to do these different tasks and everything, and it kind of like, it adds more to the story. I'm not going to spoil any of that, though. If anybody does remember the Nightmare board game, the show Are You Afraid of the Dark, or from the 80s, Fright Night, you'll probably like this one. This is a kind of like a horror movie in a way, but it's one of those ones. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it also, like, okay, there's a couple scenes at the end that, like, probably the effects could have been done a little bit better, but as far as, like, other things, they didn't take itself too seriously, but they also didn't try and be, like, too lazy with it. There's a scene involving a baseball bat that I would love to see done on Walking Dead. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, if you're a fan of, like, the horror movies or the horror shows, that, you know, it's a little campy. It's a little, like, I guess, like, not, like, really, really scary, but it's still, like, it's still there, you know what I mean? You'll definitely enjoy this one. The whole time, I enjoyed this one a lot, because for me, it felt like it was, like, a grown-up version of an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Especially with some of the effects, it definitely reminded me of it. But either way, I recommend it. Beyond the Gates on Netflix. Check it out. And that, good folks, concludes our vlog for the day. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below. I might not reply, but I do read them all. I promise you that. And if you want to help me bring these videos, the next short films, everything to another level, go hit up the Patreon. Patreon.com/Church of Juvy. Now, roll the outro.